So now we're on to the Q&A section, and I had gotten a question that I thought was reasonable, and it was about first date questions. But before I get into that, I want you to know that inside private coaching, I work with you to master those early conversations, right? To help you move powerfully so that you can spot the red flags, you can decline gracefully if necessary, and ultimately you can be moving on a path so you can find someone who's a great fit for you. Now, if you haven't applied and signed up for private coaching as yet, but you would appreciate my perceptive insight into your situation, I want to encourage you to click on the link below in the description box and submit a question. You can submit a question anonymously or not, and I will answer it in a video like this. But I want to encourage you, especially if you want it to be customized and a custom response, that you give ample information. Not too much. I don't want your whole life story, but you give ample information so that I can give you some thorough insight and perspective into your situation. So if that sounds like something, click on the link in the description box and we'll take it from there. The thing about first date questions is that, or just the thing about the first date is that it sets the tone. And so when it comes to questioning, the main thing is that you don't want it to feel like an imposition. You know, I got a story to tell and I got to share this because I remember after college, when I would go visit my younger brother, he was living in Indiana, and there was a guy that I had a big crush on. And, you know, we would like link up and whatnot, nothing major. But I can remember one time we were out at dinner or wherever we went to, and I was so nervous that I just started asking all these questions, like everything that I ever wanted to say to him, everything that I ever wanted to ask. It just came out like this, and that. And because I was so uncomfortable, there were parts where I was really uncomfortable with the silence that the question just came out, right? This is why I work with my clients to teach them how to maintain the tension, teach you how to maintain the potency of your own energy. Because that's going to be really important, not only in the practice of self-mastery, but the journey towards allure. Okay. That's key, girl. Listen, I had to find out and mess up so that you don't. Okay. Now, but yeah, so the thing is that you don't want you don't want it to feel like an imposition, because one of the things if I remember correctly, that this gentleman said was like, this feels like are you interviewing me or something to that extent? And I was just like, oh, this is not going well. Oh my goodness. I was trying to shoot my shot and it was not happening. So yes, less like an imposition. It's really cool if you talk about common values, or I try to, identify what his values are, what his interests are, without just the comment, what do you do for a living? Like the basic question. And it's also important that maybe you could pick up on some of his like shared dreams, and you can reveal something about yourself in the process and in the journey. But in terms of first date questions, I do have a resource for you. Just in my own studies and research and the work that I do, I came across this 36 questions that lead to love. And this was created by a researcher by the name of Arthur Aarons. I'll leave a link and also in the description box, and you can learn more about it there. But these are really good. And these are some questions that go deep. And so what this study has found is that when you ask these questions, you learn more about the person. And even there was a journalist, like this was in the New York Times, and even there was a journalist, from what I remember reading, if I remember correctly, she was just doing a study, and the person that she did this with, they ended up falling in love and they're together. So some of the questions would be like, would you like to be famous and why? And of course, in this social media age and era, I think that's a valid question to ask. You get to learn about yourself and, the guy in the process. Another question is, given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? What would be a perfect day for you? And these questions are written in order. What do you value most in a friendship? Complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share ... So the way that it's created, curated, I guess, is that there are 3 different sets of questions that are you want to ask these in order. I think that had I had this before, I think it would be really fun. And actually, John and I are going to try this too. We actually tried it. We didn't get to finish because the kids came up, but this is I think it's a really good resource to have in your feminine allure arsenal. Okay, so I hope that this helps. You can click that link below in the description box to get this resource. But also, again, if you want to submit a question, if you would love my perceptive insight into your situation, I would love to offer a response and share the video here so that others can learn from it as well. I am Monique Head. I'm the founder of Feminine Influence Finishing School, and I work with Christian women who really want to line themselves up for love. And I teach you how to practice self-mastery so that you feel confident, capable, and ready to attract the man you want with the money and the body that you have right now.